Welcome, my friends, to another night of terror. Tonight's story isn't just any ghost story. This is the tale of Blackwood House, an abandoned mansion that has haunted the town of Thornhill for over a century. It's not the ghostly whispers in the walls or the creaking floors. It's the fact that no one who has entered has ever come back the same. You might think you know what's coming, but trust me, you have no idea. Get comfortable, because you're about to hear a story that will make you question everything you think you know about the paranormal. It all started back in 1923. The Blackwood family, wealthy, prominent, and well-respected in the town of Thornhill, decided to build a grand estate, a house unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. They chose a plot of land deep in the woods, far away from the main town, a place that, as some would later say, was too quiet, too still. But the Blackwoods didn't care. They wanted something special. After the mansion was completed, the family lived there for just 2 years. Then, in 1925, something happened. The family was found dead. Every last one of them, in their beds. The cause of death was never determined. No signs of struggle, no intruders, no poison, just death. And the only thing left behind was a series of strange, cryptic notes written in a language no one could decipher. Some say the house was cursed from the start. Some believe the Blackwoods had dabbled with something they shouldn't have, a forbidden ritual. And whatever they awakened, it stayed. But the worst part, no one ever figured out what happened to them. The house stood silent for years after their deaths, until a new group of people made the mistake of going inside. Fast forward to 1962. A group of 4 college students, Alex, Emily, Lucas, and Sarah, decided they were going to spend a weekend exploring Blackwood House. You know how it goes. The legends, the whispers, the challenge of spending the night in a haunted place. They didn't believe in ghosts, but what they encountered would make them question everything they thought they knew. They went in with cameras, ready to capture proof that nothing supernatural existed. But soon, the house's atmosphere began to change. The air grew thick, heavy, like something was watching them. Emily, the most skeptical of the group, went upstairs to explore alone. What happened next is still a mystery. As she entered one of the bedrooms on the second floor, the door slammed shut behind her. The others heard a loud crash, followed by a faint scream. When they rushed in to find her, she was gone. There was no sign of a struggle, no broken windows. She had vanished into thin air. They searched the house from top to bottom. No trace. Just the echo of their voices, the whistling wind, and the eerie silence. Emily had disappeared. They had no idea where she went or what took her. But one thing was clear. Something was wrong with Blackwood House. The remaining 3 tried to leave, but the house had other plans. They couldn't shake the feeling that something was waiting for them. As they searched the house for Emily, they stumbled upon something that shouldn't have been there. The group found an old journal hidden behind a false wall in the study. The journal, belonging to one of the Blackwoods, described in chilling detail what they had been up to before their death. It spoke of rituals, of summoning, and of a spirit that was bound to the house. A spirit that couldn't be freed. A spirit that demanded souls. The journal warned that once the spirit had tasted blood, it would never stop. And if anyone entered the house, they would become part of it. their souls would be taken to feed the house, to fuel the curse that kept it alive. Emily wasn't just gone. She had become part of the house, her soul trapped in the walls. And worse still, she wasn't the only one. As night fell, they knew it was time to leave. But the house wasn't going to let them. They headed to the cellar, hoping to find an exit, a way out. But the door slammed shut behind them, locking them inside. And then they heard it. The sound of footsteps, slow and deliberate, approaching from the darkness. They turned, and standing at the foot of the stairs was Emily. But she wasn't the same. Her eyes were wide and vacant. Her face twisted in an unnatural, grotesque way. And in her hand, she held something. A note. A note written in her own blood. She wasn't trying to help them. She was warning them. But it was too late. As they tried to escape, the house came alive. The walls moved, the floors cracked beneath them, and the spirits of the Blackwood family, along with Emily, rose from the dark corners of the house. They never found Alex, Lucas, or Sarah. The only thing that remained was their footage of their last moments in Blackwood House. The authorities eventually arrived, but the house was empty. No traces of them. The house had claimed them just like it claimed so many before. As for Blackwood House, it still stands, forgotten by most, but not by those who know its dark history. And while no one has entered since, the town of Thornhill still whispers about the house on the hill. The house that no one can escape. And the spirit that still hungers for souls. The question remains, will you be the next one to visit?